Hi everyone, my name is Scott Kelly. Some of you have seen me before. Those who haven't, this is me. Looking forward to working with everybody and maybe working with some new people. My current field placement is with the Portland juvenile justice system. Kind of separate. It's under the agency's Volunteers of America, but we work with the juvenile system. I'm going to be a community monitor. They offered me a job a couple weeks into my internship. It took a while to get it signed off and okayed by the school, revised learning contract, all that stuff. That took a little while. So I was pretty excited about that. My first full day is actually, I start tomorrow. What we do is keep track of youth that are on electronic monitoring, aka ankle bracelets. We do house visits to make sure they're supposed to be home. It's we don't use the term or try not to, but it is a form of house arrest, so they have to be there when they're supposed to be, type of thing. We do also community monitoring, which are youth without the ankle bracelets, but still the same rules apply. They just don't have to actually be tracked via the computer system. It's a lot different than what I was doing. Like I said, I think I said my first full day is tomorrow. What I was doing before this was direct care staff at a residential facility for youth sex offenders, male, 12 to 18. I was there for 4 years, used a lot of my own personal experience and academics there, because it does turn into like a kind of like a junior counselor type thing. A lot of de-escalation and whatnot, understanding use triggers and whatnot. So I kind of moved on. What I hope to get out of the class is I want to say in general, just a better understanding of trauma. I kind of do. I have a lot of trauma myself from the way I was raised. The last 10 years or so, I raised my stepson who's autistic. He was very violent, abusive mentally, physically, tried killing him and myself and his mom, whatnot. So, I mean, I've got a lot of trauma. Somehow through my academics, I've actually realized a lot about it. The biggest thing is realize that my type of trauma wasn't my own fault. So that's actually helped me out quite a bit. The other thing is understanding maybe better interventions to go about handling youth when they're escalated, because I believe all escalated behavior is some form of trauma response. So it's understanding that. Right now, or previously, it was kind of a hit and miss until I kind of got to actually know the trauma and got them to open up, because as a DCS, we're not privy to their background for some reason, unless we ask for it. I worked with a youth one time for, it was a good 2 weeks before, I actually asked to look at his intake paperwork to figure out what his background was and where he came from. So I spent 2 weeks, as I've told people, as an adoptive parent, not knowing anything about a youth. It was very frustrating. One of the reasons I did leave the job because of the divide between clinical and DCS. That is my overall goal when I do become a clinician, because I do want to stick with working with adolescent sex offenders. But to get rid of that divide, I could talk days about that, but I'm not going to. And then, just understanding maybe the quicker interventions that I can use. I'm not bad at it. I think I'm pretty good. But anything that can, better myself. Why it's relevant to my career, studying trauma, is because everybody has trauma. It doesn't matter if they say they do or don't, they do. And then understanding more of, maybe I don't want to do the whole counter-transference thing, but how to integrate my own trauma experience with working with youth. I've done that in the past. I think there was a lot of countertransference going on, especially with one client, because we had very similar backgrounds. So it's trying to maybe learn how to eliminate the transference of that trauma between client and, clinician. Yeah, let's see. 3 ways to take care of myself. Well, the first one's pace myself. That's going to be a little bit easier instead of working 6 days a week between full-time employment and an internship. I got everything wrapped up into one, work, internship into 4 8-hour days, so I'll have a little bit more time. So it's a lot of it's just, pace myself, just figure out I'm very good at prioritizing what needs to get done. I'm like a post-it person. I always do that. Just alleviates a lot of my anxiety. Stick with my recreational activities with my girlfriend. We go when it's nice here in Portland. We walk the dog. There's a park around this corner where I live, and we just spend an hour or so just, walking and talking. She's an MSW student also, clinician, just different school. So we just kind of relax together, even though we do talk about school a lot. From different schools, it's the same, but then it's different how they go about it. So it's kind of interesting. Still play my music. I'm in a band. That's important to me. It went down from at least once or twice a week to practice to a couple of gigs a month to actually I haven't played a live show since I can remember. It's been a long time. To just trying to fit a simple practice in. It's been like 2 weeks since I've even been able to do that. So now with my change of schedule, I'm hoping to maybe do that a little bit more because I've been playing music for a lot of years, for a long time, and I get very stressed out, I think, if I don't get to do that. The other thing is, might sound negative, but realizing this is just a means to an end. I'm not going to be the program forever. At the end, it will just open the doors to basically what I want to do, be a clinician, some form of therapist, counselor, working with adolescent sex offenders. So I just kind of look at the overall bigger picture so it doesn't, it's like rush myself, I gotta get this done, stressed out type of thing. I just realize, hey, it's a process. It's going to take a little bit of time. I got another 1.5 years basically. And so just, don't stress out about it. Just look at the big picture at the end and who we're going to help and what we can do to support individuals. So, sum it all up in a nutshell, that's me. Again, my name is Scott Kelly, and I look forward to working with you. Goodbye.